And hello, everyone, and welcome to this Digital All Stars show. My name is Pelly. I work for the MakeCode team. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Emil.
And Emil. And together we're inviting. So this is the Microsoft Store Digital All Star video series, and we're hosting All Star athletes who are passionate about technology and connecting with their communities. And today we're very excited to have on our show Landon Collins from the Washington Redskins. He's a safety there. Welcome to our show.
Appreciate you for having me. Appreciate you having me.
All right, Landon, how about well, first, thank you for dedicating your time to helping kids, teaching them coding while they're stuck at home during this crisis. I see you have a great background behind you. Uh,
So worth.
so, for all of viewers, could you tell us more about you and your career and things like that?
Landon Collins from Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana. Uh, I'm 25 years old. Been playing football since I was the age of 4. Uh, Always had a big kind of heart. Always willing to help anybody and everybody. Um, just love what I do. Had a passion for it, and knows it opened doors for just not just myself, but my family members, friends, and give great opportunities to succeed in life. So that was been my passion, and continue just going that way.
Great. Yeah, that's a lot of years of football.
Yes, a lot, a lot.
This is cool. This is great. So, this question we ask for all the athletes that come to the show. What do you do to stay in shape during,
All right.
during quarantine?
Quarantine, I mean, you're supposed to stay inside, but you can't really, it's not much you can do as a football player when you're inside. So you could do some jogging around the block or some sprints if you can find an open field or open track. For myself, I go to one of my spots that's down the street from me. It's secluded. Nobody really knows about it, so I get to do some inside work by myself and just kind of just work my tail off to the bone and push myself to the limit. That would be the biggest thing so far.
Yeah, I mean, you have to stay in shape. We can cheat a bit because we don't have to run down the football. Um,
I
but
can't
this is
cheat in my workouts. I gotta work almost each and every day just to stay ahead. The only time I get to cheat is when it's a rainy day, so that's the best times.
this is cool. So we're gonna be coding video games. Do you have some favorites from your youth or things you played today?
uh, no, I never coded. This is my first time coding, but video games wise, this has been a lot. As in like sports games, Madden, 2K. Then on top of that, I like Motor X Sports. I like Tony Hawk, skateboarding. I liked Call of Duty, uh, Apex Legends, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm big into those kind of games.
Sweet. Emil, do you have a question for Landon?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Emil's our coder. He's very
Yeah.
focused on coding. For all the fans out there, we got a chat. So if you're on Mixer, feel free to ask questions to Landon. We'll be monitoring the chat. I'll be answering questions if you have football question, draft questions, or all general. He's there and he's watching the chat as well. So while we're coding today, he's also. Um, so
Watching.
feel free to come into the chat and say hi, um, and we'll be answering all these questions. All right. So the activities of today. Oh wait. One question for you, Lyndon. Why do you feel that coding is important for the kids these days?
It gives a kid give a kid a chance to explore with their mind, just to do different things, just to be able to create, with objects, games, to play around with the internet in a positive way, so when they can go into the future in their life or whatever they decide to be in life, they have another aspect in their back pocket that they can have and use.
Great. That's great. So kids, yeah, there's a lot of things they can do and learn, and coding is one of them. Um, and then most importantly, Landon, tell us about your foundation and um, you can ask everything. The humble. All right, that's you.
Oh yeah.
uh, Tell us about your foundation, what you're doing right now.
My foundation is the Humble Pat Foundation. Just really just a foundation where I'm striving just to be in a version of stand on the right path, stand on the humble path, always having open arms to anybody and everybody. You never know who's in the time of need. Just like right now, we're going through the COVID situation with people not having food or power or money to be able to get different things. So I think last week and this week, this Wednesday, my foundation is definitely always giving food to the first line responders right now because they're not eating properly. Like I say, we got to eat healthy. We can't really cheat same way. We want to treat our frontline workers, our police officers, our firemen, our nurses, our doctors, and making sure they stay healthy so bodies can continue to fight off this virus. So with that being said, stuff like that, we just a great team that's just trying to be humble and always knowing that people are always in need.
Giving back to the community. This
Right.
is great. And that is your foundation, and we'll drop the link of the foundation in the chat for the show if people want to check it out. All right. Are you ready for some coding?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So today we're going to be doing a barrel dodger game. So it's really like the Dino game that you play. There's going to be barrels coming at you, and your player has to dodge them. And we've prepared an activity. If you're watching the stream, feel free to go ahead and type in this URL into your browser, and this will start the activity right in your browser. So I'm going to type this in. I'm gonna give some time to the people to type this in. So the code editor we use today is called MakeCode Arcade, and it's all working in your browser. You don't need anything else, and it's free. And there's plenty of tutorials you can do, including this one. All right, so I'm going to switch to the code editor here, and I'm going to type this address. And when you do that, what you'll see is that we start loading, and we are here in our code editor. All right. You know, I'm going to have to switch you up, Landon. I'm going to put you on the left, and I'll go back in the right. You don't mind. Because I'll be less in the way because we're transparent here. Whoops. All right. Okay, let's go. So here we can see in the middle of the screen the game we're going to be doing.
Yeah. It's like the.
Yeah, this is a little GIF. So you see there's a princess, and she's dodging barrels, and there's a ground. It's kind of a pretty basic game. I don't know if you've played those.
It's kind of like what is that game called? Donkey Kong. When he's jumping over smashing them some kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like,
Great time. And there's a question for you in the chat, Landon, if you want to go ahead and take a look.
Congrats on the baby. And how do you feel about your new defense?
There's a question here.
I'm very excited about my new defense. Should I just answer or should I just type it in?
You can answer it in the video. That's cool.
Oh, perfect. That works perfect. Thank you for my congratulations on the baby. He's doing great. He's getting big, nice and fat and plump and heavy. But my defense is looking great, very, very top notch. A lot of guys just came back. We signed most of our guys back. But it's looking very awesome. We got a nice front. That's the biggest thing with our defensive team, and that's what we need most is a good rush. So for our defense to be up there and have the guys that we just drafted and the guys that we have coming back, it's going to be amazing this year.
Great. And feel free to send us more questions for Landon, and we'll be happy to go and answer that. Is this your first one, if I may ask, Landon? Is this your first kid? First baby?
No, this is my fourth. This is
Congratulations.
Yeah.
This is great. Well, you look very. You don't look tired at all. You know.
Oh no! I mean, right now I'm away from my family. Got to work out. They would be here if it wasn't for the pandemic going on right now. But most definitely, I am tired majority of the day. I'm trying to get some sleep around 10 days. Still active, so I got to set them down a little early, even during the summertime, because I still be working out. So, yeah. We miss you in New York, New Jersey. Hey, I miss you guys too. Tough love out there. You know that.
Yeah, this is very sweet. Um, and congratulations again. All right, so we're going for the game, and typically what happens in the games is you'll see um, there's a section here with instructions. If you're new to MakeCode, there's a simulator on the left where you can play the game, and then there's this area here where we're going to be doing the coding.
Yeah.
And the codes are these blocks, and that's where Emil's going to start with. So if you remember so if you click on the hint, we're going to see what we're going to see. We need to go in a tile map editor
And make the tile map.
and start drawing kind of the background and the room. So let's go and do that, Emil. Then we'll figure out what's the theme of our game. All right, so I can see
We
and Landon, if you have some preference, or if in the chat you wanna voice some opinions about our artistic skills, I think Emil, we need to reduce the size of the.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna reduce the size to a smaller area because we only need one screen. All right, so we're gonna draw the bottom.
Then we can do some grass.
And I'm gonna do some grass. Okay.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, we know.
All right, some grass. And if you're doing this at home, you can really decide exactly the drawings you want. You can even draw your own drawings if you want to.
I don't really like that. Let's see. Kinda.
You want to do a background maybe, some kind of blue sky, or
Yeah.
what's the theme?
I don't really know. Yeah,
Just playing around with it. It takes a minute to find out a theme, though. It does take a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could.
Well, and we can come back to this and change it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could always.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's put some fans. Let's do on top. Yeah. There's some fans there. There you go.
Like that. See? Oh, so we're gonna do like a stadium.
Yeah, stadium style.
There you go.
There we go.
It's the pressure. You got the pressure on your back now.
Okay. I think that's.
All right. So as you can see on the left now, we've got our stadium running,
I didn't do the walls. I didn't do the walls. We
and
need to make the walls.
and if you want to check what you were supposed to do, because we didn't really read the instructions, you see the instructions there. So it's important that you go and do. Your sprite is gonna have to rest on what we call walls. So we're gonna have the bottom being the walls. All right, Emil, let's do some walls. So we're gonna go for a theme of a stadium, right? We'll have to kind of
Okay.
fix that.
I could draw the background.
So what you see is that we selected this mode, which is wall mode,
Mhm.
and when we draw things in red, then the sprites can go through that.
Yeah. So you could just make invisible walls everywhere and make people think it's a glitch.
Yeah.
Ah.
We can pre-glitch the game.
Yeah.
Like we don't do enough glitching on on our own. All right.
Okay.
Don't run into your fans either. What you mean by don't run into your fans? I don't get that question.
I don't
All right.
want to ram our fans there.
I think we're gonna be jumping, and we
Yeah,
might.
it's jumping.
If we jump, we might hit the fans.
We might hit the
Oh,
fans.
no, we jump over the fans.
Yeah. Then our
Um,
fan base will go down.
We can always see that the stadium has no roof, so they could be to the side and we just jump and it just
Yeah.
look like, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's many times it's kind of an iterative process where we keep changing graphics and everything as the game shapes up.
Yeah. Okay. We need to make sprites.
So the first sprite sprite is a moving object in a game, and then the first sprite we're gonna make is our hero, is our jumper, and this is where really you can make the game your own. And we're gonna ask Landon for his input, and in the chat if you want to tell us.
About
Name?
All
I was
right,
gonna- Superman.
that's you.
no, we could do
I think the tutorial calls it.
hero.
Let's
Hero.
call it my sprite.
Okay.
I think we don't rename it.
So So should I draw or should we do the gallery?
We can do gallery.
Are you on the gallery?
So Landon, did you have the chance to kind of scoot around here and?
Oh yeah, I got all the way before I got busy again. I got all the way to I think 16. I was almost finished with it. And just playing around with it, doing different things. I didn't try drawing because I'm a bad drawer, so I had to pick me a guy. I picked the ninja actually. That's one of my favorite like
Where's the
figures.
ninja?
Yeah, I
Is
think
it
he's
at the
top.
beginning? Yeah,
Top.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's find that ninja. Start with that.
This guy?
Oh yeah, is that the ninja you were referring to? The in red?
Yeah, this guy,
Yeah.
the warrior.
Yep.
I think it's the hero.
He needs to be facing right.
Okay, so we're
Let's
gonna
take the ninja. Yeah. There you go. It's that guy.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you take an image, you can also customize. So you are doing Chase the Pizza, which is our first tutorial, which has a lot of steps. Okay, you're making it. What's the the Redskins? It's more red.
Yeah.
Red is
So-
the dominant color.
It's burgundy. You could say red, gold, and white. There you go. Red, gold, and white.
Red, gold, and white, Emil. Show us the skills, the drawing skills, and this is a lot of fun if you're trying that with on your own and with a kid. It really helps to customize your game for your own taste. It really makes it more appreciate more. I don't know what it's looking like now. Oh, red, yeah, it's fully customized.
Yeah.
I'm making large eyes.
Are these the
doesn't
eyes?
look good anymore.
I think it's sideways.
Yeah, he's facing sideways.
Sideways. Doesn't have eyes on the left.
Yeah.
There you
On
go.
the shoulders yet. All right, let's start with that. We can come back to this.
Okay. It's kind of like a dress.
All right, and we
Yes.
can see it's in the screen now, so we're making progress.
Place the tile. Place on tile. Oh yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna set where he spawns.
So, yeah, so we're going to do that. So we need to position that sprite, and the question is, where are you going to place it? And if you see now, it's on the top corner. I'm moving my mouse here. Ooh.
Right.
Because we put it on the first sprite, on the first tile. Now, we want it kind of there. So there's a trick, Emil. You're going to go into the tile editor.
Yep.
Go there.
Here.
And hold on. Let me move a bit. And then I'm going to move you a bit. All right. So if I put my mouse here, you see under the image of Landon, there is a coordinate here, 1, 5.
Mhm.
So that's exactly where I'm going to put my tile. So let's do that.
There you go.
I was wondering what that meant. I was like, dang, what does that mean?
Yeah. There's and funnily enough, we start counting at 0, and unlike
Encoding.
most of the time in coding, you usually start at 0. So the sprite is not moving, but I think that's going to be the next step on the tutorial.
Sure, looks correct.
Oh no. Okay. Let's set my sprite X. Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah, we're going to give it. So right now there's no gravity, so we're going to give it some. We're going to give an acceleration over X over Y.
So it's gonna go.
You really need to acceleration, Emil, not velocity. So we're going to make sure it's falling, and
To 500. Okay.
all right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we pressed the wrong key and we're back. We're back in the wrong area, but the problem is still there. So
It
no
saves.
worries. So we're gonna set our acceleration to 500. The reason we do that, we want our sprite to fall down,
He doesn't even move yet.
but you
so-
can't really see it.
Because he doesn't go up.
Although if you start at row 1, then it's gonna fall. There we go.
Ching.
It looks even better.
Let's have some barrels moving at random speeds. Make them start from right side. Okay.
You know what? Let's make the thing move, because I think we've.
Did we miss that?
No, it's here. It's in the wrong order. All right, let's do that. We'll come back to the other steps because it's fun to be able to control the sprite. So, Landon, what you see here is an event called on button pressed,
Uh-huh.
And you have.
and in
released,
arcade we have
And then.
the D-pad and A/B,
Right.
and you're able in code to handle when you press a button.
Right.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna, and this is where a bit of physics comes in. So we wanna simulate a jump.
Mhm.
And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to give our sprite some speed going up.
This? Because it has. Oh no, we have to go back, right?
We're going to do this. We're going to set the speed on Y to something negative, like minus 150. And that means when I press the space button, now it jumps. It doesn't
Right.
jump not high enough. What's your take?
Go. If you double tap it, then it's high enough. Like usually.
Yeah. The problem is you can cheat this game too easily right now.
You really can.
Although we could make it.
Whoa, no, we can make it so you can't hit the fans.
Oh yeah.
So if you jump too high, but then again, you can still just stay here.
With the walls, correct?
Yeah, with the walls. So let's go back to the. Yeah, that's an excellent idea. So we've got the walls. So what we could do is, so Landon, what were you mentioning about walls?
Oh, you could put it across correct, so you can make sure he doesn't go hit the fence.
Yeah, or yeah.
Or we could just block out.
Oh
an
yeah, we
area.
can block him. We can block the so there's an invisible set of walls. Oh yeah. That's pretty cool.
Then you could still just do that. So,
Seems like he jumps enough, and you also have double jump. Although now you can fly forever.
yeah, we could make it.
But your hand's gonna get tired then.
Yeah.
Oh, they can button smash for hours. No, I don't think that. Eventually, Emil, you won't be able to jump anymore.
Yeah, you want, that's not high enough. That's,
Okay.
you know, make it the barrels kind of shorter for him to jump over.
Yeah, the idea of putting too many walls.
Should we keep that top?
Yeah,
one?
you can keep that one.
Yeah. Okay.
We somehow have to figure out that he can't walk, he can't jump.
We could make a stamina bar.
So one thing we can do,
Yeah.
we can say, we can completely disable double jump. And the way we do that is, if you look at the code here, we check whether our sprite is touching a wall at the bottom.
Okay.
So it has to. We check that the sprite has its feet on the ground. I know having your feet on the ground is like a very important rule in football in some
Right.
conditions. So
Correct.
we check that, and only when you touch your feet on the ground are you allowed to jump.
Right.
Which in real life kind of makes a lot of sense, but
Yeah. You don't have like hover things on your shoes.
right.
Okay.
All right. And again, if you're in the chat, feel free to ask questions to Landon. And we're gonna say that you can't double jump.
Any guys, if you have any questions.
Yeah. All right.
So, perfect.
I think we could delete this wall up here because you hit it when you jump if it's at negative 200.
Okay, we're getting rid of the wall. All right. Normal wall, but you can't jump into the fans.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Yeah, you can't to the
Can't really hit them now. All right, it's got some pretty good dynamics. Let's figure out the next step. So we're gonna roll back in time. We did this, and now we're gonna create the barrels. All right. So what should we throw at this poor player?
What options do we have, you think?
All right. Let's review our options, Emil. We're gonna add the code to do the sprite. How about we move the image all the way up because we're in the way here. All right. So this is a different way to create a a sprite. It's kind of a special one. It's a projectile because you can give it a speed, which is very handy. All right, Emil, let's go in the image pick and let's work out the graphics.
Okay.
Gallery.
Gallery.
I got a question. Let me see what it says. Hey, Landon, not sure you remember me met at your softball game. What is your favorite video game to play? Oh man, you gotta tell me what softball game it was. I had threes, and there was a lot of people at each one of them. And I appreciate you coming over there, man. Come and check out the game. I hope you have fun. Video game right now, I would have to say Warzone, Call of Duty right now. It's very big. I'm pretty good at it and getting better at it. I say that for right now. I also like 2K. Don't play Madden. Everybody asks me why. Just don't like it.
Cool, that's great. All right. What's your favorite game right now, Emil?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
All right. Yeah.
I like that game. I heard of that game. I have to check it out. It's a one-player game, right?
It's a free roam game.
Free
Got it.
roaming.
You can go online, and you go with other people and you can it's like Wild West. It's kind of
Gotcha.
it's kind of like GTA but in the Wild West.
You're a cowboy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Probably
there's
put my
there's
game
also-
because
yeah.
he's trying to play GTA. I was like, you can't play that game right now. You're too young. So I probably put that game.
They know the games, but they don't play it.
Right.
All right.
Damn, I know. Let's see.
What were we doing? Oh yeah, we need to find the barrels.
We could throw a little zombie.
Yeah, Zon.
Zombie. All right.
That looks good. And we could make him rage.
Yeah. I like that.
Wait, I had this effect. Where was it? I had prepared this marvelous animation for all my NFL question. Well, I'll bring it back. All right, let's go back to the image. So you made it ragey.
Yeah.
You like some.
Even
Oh
though-
wow.
Oh my god. That.
Yeah, maybe too much.
This looks better. You can kind of tell it has rabies or something. Okay.
Now,
Oh,
if you see, he's
they're-
blinking on the top. I don't know if you see it, Landon, on the stream, on the camera. He's blinking at the top. It's very faint.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and that's so. Let's look at the hint. Let's figure out what's going on. I think it's coming from the wrong side of the screen.
150. We have to flip
Oh
it
yeah,
around.
so we have to go in the next step. So we're gonna say that it's gonna go backwards. So negative speed, and because it's flying horizontally, it has no speed on vertically. So now hopefully that barrel is gonna be flying in from the right. Yep.
Okay. Now
Yes.
we need.
Now I gotta bring it down.
Yeah. Bring it down. Set my by X.
So in MakeCode, in many games engine, you can set the position of all your sprites. So we're gonna.
We want it to be parallel with.
Oh, you know what? We can do this. We can do scene, place.
Yeah.
Can place it on our scene. And now we're gonna do the same trick to figure out where to put it. So go in the tile editor.
We can just.
We can do, okay.
We can just do. Okay, we can just go in the tile editor.
And we're gonna figure out where we wanna be. And then under the video,
9 and 5.
9 and 5.
Right there.
See the 9 and 5?
Nobody can see my hand. Yeah.
9
there.
and 5.
Near this at the bottom left. Right
At the
here.
bottom left. All right.
Okay.
So it's gone when you move your mouse.
9 and 5.
Let's go and do that. 9 and 5. And hopefully the barrels.
Well, I'd say every half a second is a lot, but
What do you think, Landon? How's it looking up?
That's kind of fast. They gotta slow the zombie down a little bit.
Yeah, they're kind of fast. So Emil just increased the delay between the spawning. And they're a bit slower.
it's pretty
But
good.
they always spawn at the same time.
Yeah. So, math.
So we'll have to figure out that out. But let's figure out if the tutorial has something for us.
We haven't been through.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. So instead of having them always come at the same speed,
Mhm.
we're gonna. Oh, we went. We're gonna have them come at a kind of a random speed.
Yeah. So. Wait, from side with VX.
So you need to figure. You need to think about. So many times in coding, if you try to code before thinking, then you won't do anything good. Like Emil right now. Emil, what are we trying to do? Can you tell me in your words?
I'm trying to put the random speed with it's so when you set the sprite, it'll set it with the random.
Oh
speed.
yeah, no, you're totally right. I'm brain dead. All right, so minus 180. So what we're doing, Landon, is this pick random is like a dice. It gives you a random number. So now
And-
these.
Want me to choose a random number?
The pick random chooses a random number to is minus 100, minus 80. So the speed is slightly different on the. Emil, can you just go like minus?
Yeah.
80.
Let's make it more dramatic.
Yeah.
See, they have very different speeds now.
Ah!
Yeah, they catch up to each other.
We do only two in the screen at once or something. Okay, yeah, they catch up to each other and it gets really hard.
All right, and Devin actually answered your question on the chat.
Oh, the guns and boulders. Oh yeah, I remember that. I was just saying with game, but I can't really see the profile picture, but that does look like me because I had on red, so that gotta be. I couldn't tell you. I could tell that's me. If that's me in your profile picture, that's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Well, you got a fan here. Yeah, apparently you had a big impact on him. All right.
Try your best.
No, we're going one more step here. Okay, so we need to we're gonna get a score every time we spawn one of those. They look more like a chicken leg than a zombie.
Oh, that the black part of the zombie. Change the background. That's black because his legs are black.
Oh, that's actually a great
Yeah.
great suggestion. Let's go and do that.
Or we could paint it. We could just make him a different color.
Well, the background is black, so you need.
no.
No, you're not painting him.
I know.
You're erasing him.
I'm gonna draw some legs.
Oh, hold on. So there's another way to do this.
Oh.
Besides erasing, you can paint over the existing thing. So we could do.
Oh yeah.
We could just paint him. What color did you have in mind, Landon?
I like the yellow. That's a good idea.
Yeah, yellow will look good on.
I
All
was,
right,
gonna,
try
I was
that.
gonna draw him some nice legs.
Okay, add the legs.
Oh.
Whoops.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure you change your tools. Now it looks like a chicken.
It's a zombie chicken.
Yeah, I look like a chicken now.
I'm gonna change his legs. Change that leg. Okay.
Yeah, chickens are quite important. All right. Well, that is.
Yeah, that looks so good. The zombie chicken.
That's good. I like that one.
All right. So, I think we're gonna have to handle the case where they hit each other.
Yeah.
I didn't catch.
Overlap.
Because right now, so there is a block you can add, and it basically can detect that
Oh, that's a simple overlap.
a player touches a projectile, and when they do, you've lost your game. Let's go and do that,
Game over. And then you can add effects.
and we can add an effect so we can make it a cool.
And I like smiling.
Let's see if that works. Oh, it doesn't work. So we did something wrong. Let's move the code up and let's review it.
Of kind projectile.
Yeah, so we need to look at when a player hits a projectile, not another player.
Oh, I think I went off mine on.
All right.
Yay! Game over.
Emil, can you add some score whenever we create a tile map? So I'm going to do that. And I think that's going to be the base of our game. So So if I jump, whenever a chicken output appears, we have a point, and if we touch it, we get a game over. So that's kind of the basics. And if you follow this, you basically have now a tiny little game. It's quite fun to play. Thanks to the great art of Emil with suggestions from Landon. And we're gonna go into party mode here. All right.
We can do.
I think we're done. Let's do the last step, but I think we're done with the coding. So Landon, hold on. I need to get into interview mode. Did you think coding was going to be like that, or is that what you thought coding would be? I mean, you're a pro NFL player.
I didn't think coding would be like that. No, I thought it'd be like different, unspelled, unworded technology words that you type in and you go like that. That's what I always thought coding was. I watched the show Arrow. I don't know if you ever watched it before, but his wife does all the coding, and she just. I'm like, I don't know how to do that, but nah, this is crazy. I like this. Then on top of that, when I was making my game, y'all have y'all stuff like everywhere. So I was like, all right, cool. I thought I had to have it all aligned, and that's how I was doing mine. But it looked like you just could place it wherever and go from there. Okay.
Yeah, this is great, and this is a great message. That many people think coding is some kind of wizardry, but you should check it out. You might really enjoy it. Oh, Emil, you're going through the teams. Yeah, we're gonna try to find the Redskins. They're all the way at the end.
Oh, it's me. It was me.
Yeah. Sorry, looping through. But yeah, so even if you think it's not for you, you might give it a shot, just like Landon did.
Is it the Redskins? No, that's the Chargers.
No, you have to go all the way to the end. All right. We're having too much fun with these camera things. And when you're done with your game, this is important. We're going to show you, you click finish. And it's going to show you a screen here. And this is where you can show off with your friends. So go ahead and record a little GIF.
Okay.
So you click in the simulator, then you record a little GIF of your game playing.
And then...
And
I think we died before it.
And then you've got a little GIF, and then you hit the publish project button.
It was just filming game over. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
and once you have that, we're gonna call it the chicken.
No, zombie chicken invasion.
Zombie chicken invasion. And
like that. His name.
Click publish project here in the bottom right, and I'm gonna move him back. And you'll see there's a URL here. There's an address, and if you take that address, you can actually send it to your friends, to your family, and they can play the game on their computer. So you basically made a full game that other people can play. So that's how you can share your work with your friends. All right.
Awesome.
So that concludes our game. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah, very simple.
It's really fun. It didn't take so much work. So a little
Now
bit of that.
And the crazy part is the best thing about it, I would say, is like it doesn't take a lot of work, and you could be very creative because when it takes a lot of work, you can't be more creative into it.
Yeah.
That's why I think big games take forever to make.
Like these beautiful zombie chickens.
Beautiful zombie chickens.
Landon, do you have advice for the students who are, at home right now, as far as, how to just keep studying, keep, discipline, how do you go about life in these kind of weird times that we're facing right now?
Honestly, I would say stay connected to a computer. That's the biggest thing because you like these type of things. You got all these games on there that you could be mindful for. Then also, they got a lot of tutors on computers, and I know parents are definitely on top of their kids because I know I am about making sure they're keeping a step ahead or staying on track with school. And books, I would say a lot of books reading. And reading is their best friend. A chapter a day does not hurt a fellow child. to better themselves in the future.
That's some great advice. Yeah, keep reading, keep moving, and keep studying. And that being said, this was a show organized by the Microsoft Stores. This is a digital all stars where we invite athletes like Landon. Thank you so much for coming today and coding a game.
That's fine.
We took away from your training schedule. Um, and also, just to remind that Landon has a foundation and is helping right now with COVID, doing a lot of great work there to help the community. And thank you for that. And we'll be back next week. Landon, do you want to throw some parting words to your fans or to the kids who are watching the stream?
Much love to everybody. Go Washington Redskins. Salute to all the Redskins fellow fans us out there, and also y'all tune in. This is a great opportunity just to have fun, do something great, also with parents and also with their kids, and do something awesome with your child to be creative. And that's the biggest thing in this world, creativity. And you have that, the sky's the limit.
All right. Well, thank you, Landon. And this concludes the stream session. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. If you want to check out all the virtual workshops that the Microsoft Stores are organizing, you can go to aka.ms/stores online. We've got a lot of links there, and also we've got more streams coming in using Arcade. And we're going to go back to our push-ups and pull-ups, Emil.
Yeah.
Sit up in that too.
And sit-ups and everything. All right, this was great. Thank you so much, and see you in the future stream, hopefully.